Alright, here we go. Of course, Goblin Lab creep, as we all know. Not tanking it with a water elemental, that's not the best thing. So already this is not exactly perfect. Taking a lot of damage on these peasants. A lot of damage. He does get the kill here. It's not a Tome of Experience. Flute of Accuracy, that's pretty nice. And level 2 immediately as well. But yeah, 3 peasants are hurt, and because the Arcane Tower is always delayed, this might result in 3 dead peasants. Let's see. Is he gonna get stunned? No! He micros him to the side. You saw that? Did that manually, because usually he takes a little short route, and then boom comes the boulder. Boom goes the dynamite! But the DK is gonna be scared away by the AM. And the hurt peasants into the gold line the way it's supposed to be. Acolyte down here scouting. Tech should be on its way. Does he have backpack? No, he doesn't. Interesting how all the Chinese undeads do not like to get backpack early against human. It is only 25 lumber, but it's still, you know, lumber. Delays your tech. Also, no narrow tower and no backpack, so this tech is very quick. Narrow tower, how much lumber is it even? I think 20 lumber, right? I'm not sure. I think it's 20. I think it's 100 gold, 20 lumber, something like that. And the Acolyte knows what's coming. And with him scouting the AM here, he knows that the expansion is gonna be here, not here. Usually the human can decide where he wants to go. And here we go. Here comes the harass. How many peasants do we have? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So that is way more than enough. Oh, he's gonna creep this with peasants only. At least to start with. And he's gonna do what I like to call Death Knight duty. 2 footmen and AM, their only job, clicking on the DK. With so many peasants that can definitely work. But actually now he lets the DK come in close, maybe a bit of a mistake. Using the coil on the peasants. 1 has died, 2 have died, 3 have died. And a 4th one might be soon to follow. But if he doesn't get the last hits with a coil on the creeps, he's gonna have a tough time reaching level 2. Oh, this one peasant. Oh, just by the skin of his teeth. Surviving, for now. More rods are coming, level 3 now for the AM. Gets that last hit with a coil, but didn't get the big one. The big one gives a lot of experience, but the other ones only give 48. So, pretty low in experience still, the DK. Denying that peasant, I think that was peasant number 5. Makes sense. No, should be a peasant number 4. 4 or 5 peasants died here. Still has 5 remaining. That's perfect for an expansion. Sends this one back though. So damage has been done, yes, but not crippling. The expansion is still coming up, and the DK, most importantly, far away from level 2. Could have maybe tried to go for the ogre, but decided not to. That's also why this is pretty good for the human. Only one of the creeps that can be stolen here gives decent experience. Something that can be overlooked by non-undead players. Alright, 3 Fiend hit squad. In the main base, what do we have? Lich, more Fiends, Slaughterhouse. How quick is he gonna attack is the question. How soon do we seize destroyers? Oh, double claws. Claws plus 9 and claws plus 6. This is really good for the AM. He sold the Flute of Accuracy, by the way. Don't really like that too much. So good for the water elementals and the AM. Easy tower cancellation. But only 1 coil remaining for the DK, 2 in a little bit. Footman out of position, not expecting this harassment. Loses 1 tower and 2 peasants because of this. 3 peasants! So actually these footmen being so far out of position was quite the mistake, but good movement by Fanta. Very unusual that the undead comes around here and goes for the reach around. So understandable that Romantic was not anticipating this. Lich coming from the main, Rod in tow. Tier 3 not yet started, will soon have the resources though, and I imagine will start the tech very soon. Tier 1 still for the human. Lumbermill in a very awkward position. Seems like that would be way better over here, but hey, whatever. Maybe it's gonna come into play when he starts harvesting lumber here and he creates an entrance. Then he might be biting himself in the butt. And here comes tier 3. What does he go for? More statues, more fiends, or a ziggurat first? And then for the time being, he's busy with the AM. He buys a circlet. What? He sells the flute and buys a circlet. Are you serious? I can't see that being worth it. Don't know if fiends have Burrow, but there is reveal anyways. Burrow coming now. More ziggurats. Only one statue. Speaking of which, where is it? There it is. Regen absolutely key. And towers very late, man. These towers keep on getting cancelled over and over. And that is an issue. If you don't have towers up when the destroyers come, you are in deep shit. Now the footmen, though, making their way across to harass. I imagine they have defend or soon to have it. I think they do already. And this is absolutely not anticipated. Oh, that's going to be very annoying. The tech is not too far away from completion, though. So even if you lose... Oh! Luke gets one fiend here, almost getting a surround on the Lich. The Archmage with boots is most likely going to be able to hunt him down, but the Water Elemental is blocking him. Where's the DK for the saving coil? He used it on the fiend. Was that the right idea? Not so sure. And one more skadoosh! Lich dead, level 4, Acolytes falling in the main. This is the second one. Ghouls are not up to the task. One statue here to heal. Another Acolyte is dying. And I wonder if this is intentional from Romantic. We saw against Yumiko already that his multitasking is really lackluster. Gets another fiend, man. That's the third fiend. And that's over. GG! Alright. And I bet we're gonna see Ancient Isles next. Okay. That was very one-sided. A few cool moves there from Romantic, like reaching around with the fiends, avoiding the human army. That was sweet. But apart from that, nothing too impressive, I feel, still. The micro last time was better against Yumiko, in my opinion. And, of course, again, second map we're gonna have Ancient Isles. There it's a way different story. Archmage is not level 2 immediately. If he doesn't creep perfectly, you will be there to steal some creeps or peasants. After the expansion, he's not level 3, especially if you steal some last hits. So this is a way tougher map. Also, there's gonna be no reveal from the Goblin Laboratory, which might come into play. Yeah, Ancient Isles for human. Definitely not very good against undead at all. So that will be the map to win for Fantafiction. Also on against Yumiko, he played his second match on Ancient Isles. And right now I'm trying to figure out who's gonna going to the playoffs if Romantic wins, which it's certainly looking like. Yeah, but what I was wanting to say is he played here against Yumiko before. Some very nice micro coming out, but the macro, the multitasking was falling very far behind. But still, with a Panda third and with a Destroyer push, he did finally crack the expansion. But then he made some mistakes again and didn't manage to win it. Okay, so admin is telling me right now, so Fly is already through. That much is for certain. And if Romantic wins, he joins him. If Romantic loses, Yumiko gets the spot. So here we have the confirmation. So, Fly already having punched in the ticket despite his death loss to Romantic. And now the question is, Romantic or Yumiko? It's looking very bad for Yumi at the moment. Romantic, if he wins the series, he moves on. And so far, Fanta really doesn't seem to have too much of a chance. Fanta not having taken a single map this tournament, by the way. And I think we're gonna have a 5-minute break here. We will never be mods. I'm gonna see the movie tonight. I hope they have some cool little Easter eggs, like a peon saying "work, work" or something. I'm gonna be looking out for that. Please don't spoil, guys. That would be nice. Alright, any spoilers here in chat, even if there's troll spoilers, are gonna result in bans, by the way. Please no spoilers. Infi got first place in Group 1, by the way, Group A, and TH is second. They have the same map score, but Infi defeated TH in their match. Okay. In Group B, if Romantic wins, he gets first place, and Fly gets second place. And if he loses, Fly gets first place. Okay. Alright. Okay, guys, so if Romantic wins, he's first, which it's definitely looking like. And if he doesn't, Fly takes first, and Yumiko takes second. So it's still all on Romantic here. So if he loses, he's out. If he wins, though, he is first. Alright, we have the countdown here, and the silence can end. Okay, no hand strat. Is no hand strat gonna be failing for the first time? Oh shit. No, it's not! Clutch save by the no hand strat. Thank God. Alright, we're loading in. And I forgot to update. And these little fuckers, you know, they keep on changing the color all the time. And Romantic's up on 0. Here we go. Here we go! Is this gonna be the final map of today? It might just be. If Romantic wins here, he takes first place in his group. He moves on to the playoffs of the qualifier number 2 for China for WCA. If he loses, he is out. And Yumiko instead takes his place in the playoffs. But last game was looking very convincing, man. Fanta stood not much of a chance at all, to be honest. But this is the worst UN map in the map pool. Against Undead, at least. Well, apart from Turtle Rock, but they of course always veto Turtle Rock. So, how much is Fanta going to be able to do here early on? That's the question. It seems like he needs to be doing a lot. Because multitasking is not his strong suit at all. Is he going for the Ted Fiends here? Yes, he is. He's going for the Ted build order. Again, against Yumiko, he went for the ghouls, which was very effective, actually. Especially on Ancient Isles, I feel this is very good. He went for the ghouls, creeping this, getting level 2 immediately, and still being in time for the creep jack. Sad to see he's not going for that, man. That looked so powerful. But maybe if he gets a last hit here, that is gonna be worth it. Is he gonna be in time, though? The Archmage is a little bit late. A little bit later than the DK. So the altar is a little bit delayed. That's a good start for him already. And unless Romantic creeps this perfectly, which we saw he didn't do on Twisted, then the DK is gonna be in time. Alright, here we go. Off to the races. Is the Footman gonna block? Goes to Micro. Oh, nice. But, oh. Whoa, Romantic. Well done. So that was like 1 second. That can make a difference. Narrow tower already being upgraded. That's the only way, the only reason why the Footman is here, slightly delaying the undead. But he goes for the Ogre Magi last, who gets the experience. Oh, coil long range. Oh, man! The 1 second made the difference. Otherwise, he would have gotten the Magi, which would have been amazing for him already. Ring for the AM though, not the greatest. For the most part in the early game he's uncontested, he doesn't take damage, so any sort of damage item for him is good. Very good in fact. He takes the green camp here. Some humans don't do this in favor of a faster expansion. And 4 peasants? Really? Is that necessary? I don't think so. Skips out on the Arcane Tower though, so I guess he saves resources that way. Tier 2 on its way, and so is a Fiend, and again no backpack. He's trying to go for some creeps here again though. Find some more experience. Skeleton sees the Footman coming in, the AM going for the boots maybe? Would be a little too early, right? Oh, is he gonna get the last hit? Look at it go. Oh, he's gonna get it. Oh, that is pretty painful to the undead. Here come Militia. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 again. So this expansion is gonna come up. Question is, how much damage can he do? I think Fanta should try to get more last hits onto the creeps instead of the peasants. Because there's enough peasants anyway. And he really needs to get close to level 2. And now he's being driven away by the Footman. That's a mistake. He should not be that easily driven away. Well done though by Romantic, but too scared by Fanta, walking all the way around when easily the DK could be outrunning the Footman. Now he needs to shoot at the big one with the Fiend and get the last hit with the coil, and he got it! That was very important, man. Not to be underestimated. The Archmage now still not level 3, and he is very close to level 2 in fact. Archmage very tanky this game. Gets a peasant here as well. Only 1 peasant away from level 2. And the AM, usually he would like to creep this green camp, but it's gone already. So he needs 1 more skeleton. Imagine if this ogre had gone towards the undead. This would all be looking very different. But now he's retreating. He's giving the humans some space. Do we see maybe a Dark Ranger? We saw her be very successful before. Here we go. Boots of Speed for the AM. And the Rod of Necromancy. But we have the Lich, no Dark Ranger.
A player's forces are under attack.
With the statues, of course, he will have map control. His army will be better than that of Romantic. There we go. Does he have Defend? Something just finished here, if I saw that correctly, so he should have Defend. He's trying to go for some tower cancellation. Might be walking into a surround here, though the Death Knight could definitely be surrounded. But he's going for the Fiends instead and getting nothing. DK in the meantime gets level 2 thanks to a peasant kill. The thing is, of course, when you force the TP, oftentimes you don't get much out of it, because the undead doesn't really need the TP. until the late stages when he has to be afraid of the bolt combo. Skeleton kill gives him level 3 long range coil, keeps the Fiend alive, barely. Now the Lich is coming in. And the statues as well. So, what the Admin would like to do here is cancel the towers all the time, keep up the pressure, get statues, get destroyer, and then deal a finishing blow to the expansion. Footmen already positioning themselves in a way to flank, maybe going towards the main base again, but that would be very dangerous indeed. Getting the shop here, not getting more towers. Only a single one. I feel he should be getting some towers here, but maybe he wants to start the tech first. He's short on lumber, so I guess he wants to defend without towers for the time being.
The town is under siege.
Many resources on Fanta. Again, the multitasking is slipping. 500 gold, 400 lumber. He can't produce anything because there's no ziggurats and there's also no tech. There's just the borrow coming. And it's piling up and piling up. 600 gold now. There we go. Tech coming. Way too late. Ziggurat. Way too late. And now come the towers. 5 fiends though. That is very good damage against the towers. Can he get in range though? They are well positioned. So it's tough for the fiends to, you know, shoot them down. Especially with the footmen threatening us around, of course. In the main base there are towers coming as well. Of course you have to defend both bases, otherwise the destroyers will find the easy target and take that out no problem. We have, what is that, 6 footmen with defend. So I think the Fiends should be easily able to take that fight, so I think he should at least be able to cancel that one. That one can be easily taken out by Fiends here, but he's being distracted by the footmen and the AM, and that's why you never want to retreat from the expansion too far. If you walk away, you open up your main base. And that's what we're seeing right now. And the footmen are gonna start to feel the hurt. For now they are alive, but not for too much longer. As the fireballs are coming in. Oh, interception crew! Oh no! Coil keeps that one alive. 4 still up and breathing. Looking for the surround on the statue, not quite finding it. Alright, so 1. Oh, that's gonna be a second acolyte. Again, the multitasking is not quite there.
A player's forces are under attack.
And I think this is looking like a good game for Romantic and maybe like the goodbye of this tournament for Yumiko. Alright, where does he want to go next? Maybe try to cancel some towers in the main, but most of them are up and more are coming. Yeah, Fanta is definitely not in shape yet. I guess he qualified through one of the open qualifiers, but he is by far the worst player I have seen this tournament. This qualifier. No question. Doesn't really stand a chance, and that's the reason why he hasn't picked up a single map this qualifier so far. He gets the creep blast hit here with the coil, which is nice, and the water elemental, giving him more experience. Maybe he can try to pressure the expansion standing here. Adding meat wagons, adding pressure, trying to make use of his tier 3 advantage. But he can't break this with destroyers. Not really. There's 5 towers, well positioned, with lots of peasants behind. He's gonna have a maximum of 2 destroyers, that's not enough. I feel he really needs meat wagons, maybe a 3rd hero. And here come the workshops. Before tier 3, interestingly. Also an issue on Ancient Isles. I keep wanting to say Amazonia. There's no shredder here, so again lumber issues for the human. And yeah, he's pressuring the town hall here. I think that is his best play. Fortunately though, there's this thing called masonry. But it's a little late. Level 2 now for the Lich. The DK running around expecting footman harassment to be coming into the main, so he has his position DK defensively. He can't do much here anyways. So he defends at home, and if he's needed with his army, he has the staff. So I like the thinking here from Fanta, but the execution is more of the problem, I feel. He's morphing a destroyer, sending that back home as well. That can't do much here, but will help greatly against the footman. So Fanta, he knows what to do. He's making the right moves, but everything's a little bit too slow. Everything's a little bit not quite good enough. So still in a bad position this game. Level 4 on the AM now. Heal scroll even invested. Okay. That seems like a waste of money. But I guess he has the gold. The lumber is really the issue. He needs meat wagons though. This is not enough pressure towards the expansion. He needs to break upkeep. Like in 200 gold or something, he needs to break upkeep. I think the number of fiends is good. Maybe get maximum one more. But then he needs meat wagons. Maybe a dark ranger with dark arrow. That would be cool. Sniping these repairing peasants. Here comes the MK with the Archmage. Maybe now the staff in from the DK. Yep, he's level 3. Just got it. So alright, he's improving here, I feel. At least somewhat. And with 2 destroyers you can hold this aggression all with just them. Of course with the DK there it's even easier. 1 destroyer already seeing this pressure coming, but I imagine, yep, tier 3 is coming and we all know what is gonna follow up with this. He's going for the gyros first. Interesting approach. Not for the tanks. I think this is good, because if Fanta was to go for like a lot more statues, then he can kill this expansion, kill all the peasants, all the towers, and TP home against the, what are they called, tanks before they kill his main. And yeah, that's pretty cool. Also, these gyros deal with the destroyer against this harass. There's the meat wagon, but again, everything a little bit too slow, everything a little bit too late. These gyros over the tanks, I think, is a really good decision. Yeah, we have to remember he lost 2 acolytes in tech, and he invested into 2 spirit towers. And of course, on one base, you are really low on resources. Oh, DK running into surround, maybe? Nope, not quite. So that's a lot of time that he lost. And, well, he lost that time, honestly, not because of imbalance, but because of his own lackluster play. It wasn't bad, but we have seen 120 before, and yeah, it's definitely different. Knights now coming, Paladin coming, and when he has 80 supply, Knights and Gyros, he's just gonna roll over this army even if he has worse heroes. The expansion remains alive, but he has to invest a lot of repair into this. This is pretty cool, he's catching off reinforcements, I like this move. Committing to harass in the base might be too much with all these spirit towers, but he's keeping the army small. That's also a cool move by Romantic, so now strategically he's really doing this well. He's waiting for his knights. He wants to have like 3, 4 knights and a paladin and mass gyros. Would like to be up at 80 supply, and then he can just roll over this. Is the expansion going to be alive long enough though? That is the question. He gets rid of the graveyard, so no more fiends. And now he is confident enough to fight into all these towers. Of course, if a TP should come, he just TPs out of there right away. And yeah, he's forcing the reaction here. Another good move. Now he should definitely leave though. Yeah, and there we go. Coil Nova on the knight probably. This time it's not too late. But pressure relieved of the expansion. And hey, finally, we see tanks. So now he thinks he doesn't have to defeat this army, which is knocking at his front door. He just needs to create some time for his heroes. Time that's supposed to be created by those tanks to creep up, because there's still a lot of creep camps left here on Amazonia. Because the undead prioritized pressuring the Expo rather than creeping himself. And here we finally have the third hero, the Dark Ranger. But usually in this state of the game, the undead would be at like 70 supply. He would have been trading favorably all the time. He would not have lost anything at all the time, if he was playing this very, very well. But unfortunately, we have been seeing some mistakes coming out of Fanta. And the tanks, I think, where are they? There they are. Just came out of the workshop. Creep check here, by the way. But there are staffs, so this paladin should be saved. Oh, just barely. $1,600 viewers, by the way. Man, oh man. Peaking really upward towards the end of today's stream. Tomorrow, by the way, we're going to be continuing. After this game, we know who's going to be going to the playoffs. Or after this series, rather. And yeah, the playoffs will be casted today. Nice surround here on the tank. That was pretty cool. But even if they die, it doesn't matter. They're supposed to buy time, create space. And that's actually exactly what the human is being given at the moment. MK will be level 3 very soon. Gets a lot of items, heal wards. What did he get before? He had the Periapt already. What does a paladin have? The Ankh. I guess the Drake is still alive here. Right, Fanta, 60 supply now for him. But the human getting very close to 80. And Knights and Gyros are very, very tough for the undead to deal with if he doesn't have a lot of economy and strong heroes. And he has a level 3 Lich, level 3 DK, that's, you know, okay. But usually you would like to be at like 4-4-2, 4-4-3, 5-4-3, something like this. Root Bracers, it's okay. Good against the Bolt, the Paladin not really a threat just yet. Still level 1. Soon to be level 2 though. Sentry Ward, by the way, here giving a lot of information. Tank again rolling in. But only one tank can be dealt with the ghouls by themselves. 5 ghouls. Without Frenzy. Now they have Frenzy. This is 3 tanks. The ghouls might still be able to do this by themselves. Oh yeah, ghouls and Meat Wagon definitely gonna be able to do that by themselves. But this is not good for the actual army, and the actual armies might be fighting a real fight for the first time this game. No, never mind. More tanks. Coil Nova on the MK, but there's Holy Light, and there's also a staff. Boots of Quel'Thalas, not the greatest. If Romantic wins here, Yumiko is out of the qualifier. If Romantic loses this series, Yumiko will advance. But it's definitely looking like a win for the human currently. Level 3 now for the Mountain King. Ghouls have been venturing far out onto the open map and have been getting slaughtered. And now 80 supply for the human, but there's still some tanks somewhere, I think, so yeah, a lot of tanks. Not the greatest army just yet. Has a lot of statues here for morphing into destroyers, but the answer is already waiting. He has 9 gyros. That's a little low. He probably wants to get more. I could see him using these tanks to distract and create space again, let them die, and then create the perfect 80 supply army. And there shouldn't be much that Fanta can do about it, unless Miraculous Micro. What did he find here? Boots of Speed? I think it was the Boots of Speed. Nicely splitting the tanks here against the splash damage. Not everyone thinks about this. Ghouls at this point in the game, not really good defense anymore. Black Citadel being attacked, being repaired, but is it gonna be enough? The damage is very high. The Paladin, silence, no Divine Shield, but the staff is there. Triple staff on the human side. Lots of value generation. Invol on the MK, he wants that Fiend real bad and will get it. Slaughterhouse. I mean, Meatwagon dies as well. So much resources going into the repair here. The MK might be falling. Used the wrong staff probably. Should have used the other staff on the MK for the Paladin. But the Black Citadel is down regardless. Yes, it is. But Coil Nova, man, and he's getting rid of those knights. I think that was a big mistake by the human. Committing with his army along with the tanks. I think the tanks should have just been here solo. Get rid of the tanks, create the perfect army, and then crush the Expo. But this way, he might be giving Fanta a chance again. So, the first really big mistake by Romantic this game, I feel. And Lich now almost level 5. DK is level 5. Dark Ranger almost level 3. He can definitely get one level up here. Alright. What's he going for? Now he's caught in a tough position, but because he's down to one base. So now he has to manage his resources. And he's going for more tanks. He's not gonna go for the open fight. Probably gonna try to lame the base. And when the army draws down here, he's gonna attack the expansion. I imagine that is gonna be the play. Here we go again. Haunted Gold Mine goes down. Do we have the... Yes, we have the ground attack. The Gyros might be dealing with this Haunted Gold Mine, but he left some units behind. Nicely done by Fanta. Realizing how strong his army is, doesn't need all of it. But it's hard for him to deal with the tanks. Not much more normal damage and only this one catapult here for splash and I mean siege. That's why he's trying to get rid of it first. In the meantime, the gyros are here, but Fiends and A-Bomb easily able to take them down, but the siege engine, that's gonna be a different story. Paladin caught out. Easy kill, but he has the Ankh of Reincarnation. And now the human army heading towards the Expo. This one's definitely toast. And in the meantime, the tanks dealing with the rest of the buildings. A beautiful game of Warcraft. I don't know why anyone would ever tanks to be removed from the game. Archmage might be falling here. Do we have the Coil Nova? Yes, we do. And the Expo is goner, maybe? Yes. Not much remaining here in the main. Some acolytes are still alive, but there is no money for a haunted gold mine. And there's still a lot of cash here in the expansion for the human.
A player's forces are under attack. A town is under siege.
Selling a lot here to try to get as much as he can, maybe for a 100 gold mine again, yes. But he has 2 buildings now, and after that he's gonna have no more, so... Let's imagine 10 tanks rolling in here. Can he really stop them? I don't think so. 80 supplies still very strong for the human. By the way, 3-3 knights, man. Holy bejesus. These have effectively 1,500 hit points. Against physical attacks, at least. No, it's more even. It's even more! It's like 1,650. Jesus Christ, craziness. Fanta is holding on to his tournament life, which is weird because he's out already. But he wants to stay in here. Ah, glorious! More and more tanks are coming. So it's not going to be 10, but it's going to be 8. Maybe he can position his army in such a way that the tanks can't pass. But I got a funny feeling that these knights are gonna be cutting through the fiends. Level 3 on the paladin now. Level 2 holy light. $4,000 lumber now. He's definitely lacking lumber this time. Let's count quick. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And a lot here as well. So many lumber peasants. Alright, here we go. Here comes the fight. Tanks versus buildings. Knights versus army. And it seems like on both accounts the human will be winning as the DK will fall. And without a GG he taps out. Alright. Fanta loses and drops out of the qualifier number 2 without winning a single map. That's a little bit sad. And the second thing is, with Romantic winning here, he advances. And Yumiko is out in the group stages. Big surprise.